The mics are hot, and so's the gossip. Let's get into it in 3.
Welcome to In 3. I'm Danielle Graham.
And I'm Callie.
And this is our 50th episode.
Happy 50th.
That's so exciting.
Anniversary, birthday? What do we call this?
Both, I think.
I'm so proud of us.
Listen, I've done some research and most podcasts don't make it past 10. So
well,
here we are.
We're killing it.
And if you've been here since episode 1, we love you. We appreciate you. Or if you've just been here for a little while, we love and appreciate you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for allowing us to do this every week.
What a ride. Almost a whole year.
Wild.
I know. It has been wild.
It's been the best.
We have done so much gossiping in a year.
We have. And today, there's no shortage of it, which
Definitely
is great.
not.
So if you opened Instagram over the weekend and you were worried about Timothée Chalamet, you're not alone. Because
I'm obsessed.
I mean, you sent it to me. We had a little side chat about it.
Yeah.
And we're very confused.
Very confused.
So he jumped on a Zoom call with a marketing team in promotion of his new movie, Marty Supreme, which is coming out on Christmas Day. I learned that because he said it 100 times in the Zoom interview. And in that, he was unhinged with his big ideas for how to promote this movie.
Yeah. So it was unclear whether this was a spoof. So he posted it to his Instagram, an 18-minute screen recording of a Zoom call. Okay?
With like
10 people on it. This poor marketing team who are on this Zoom with Timothée Chalamet, who is so passionate and enthusiastic and moderately unhinged with these ideas about how they can promote this movie Marty Supreme. And I was watching this, and it's before we had a chat about it, and I was like, these poor people who he's like, we'll have a blimp and it will rain ping pong balls because Marty Supreme is a ping pong player.
Yes.
It will rain ping pong balls down on people. And Schwab, everybody will know it's Marty Supreme. And Schwab, it'll all be orange. And Schwab.
But what is Schwab?
I don't know. It's just his like enthusiastic like bam.
Yeah. But it was also, we're going to paint the Statue of Liberty orange.
Right.
And all the trees around it orange. So for the color of the movie.
Right.
To really, to be out there and with it. Like, it was so weird.
The best part, I mean, there were so many good parts about it, but so he's like presenting his screen. His home saver, like his screensaver is a photo of him receiving an award. Remember when he was wearing that like weird lime green, like cowboy outfit? So, and then in the folder that he kept getting files from, it was like, folder with the name great idea number 1, great idea number 2, and he was like, this is something my visual artist has been working on for 6 months. He opens it, it's like a childlike illustration of a blimp with someone with a anyway. So I was like, oh my god, Timmy's like, he's really lost it. But no, I guess this is like he was acting, but the rest of the people on the Zoom call didn't know that this was a bit.
They didn't, did they?
I don't think so.
I mean, I had a hard time deciphering that. So the first time through, I was like, oh my God, these people don't know what to do. They introduced themselves to him off the top. These are complete strangers. This is not his regular team.
Right.
And they're nodding. And a lot of the times in Hollywood, they're just yes people, especially to the talent, like
exactly.
he is. Like, okay. And they're sort of yes-anding and validating these ideas.
Yes, exactly.
But then I was looking at the tapestry of the people on the Zoom, and I was like, now these look like they were cast.
Well, they are. They were all, first of all, incredibly attractive.
This is what I mean. And there was like the musician type, and there was the artsy type, and I don't know if they were. I can't decide.
Well, I can't decide either. But if they were actors, they're great actors.
Yes.
If they weren't actors, I send them all of my love and support, because that was a tough 18 minutes to witness.
Oh God, yeah.
What I love about this is that, like Jeremy Strong could never.
Yeah.
Like
never.
Timmy is a very serious actor.
Yeah.
He takes his acting very seriously.
He does.
He's an incredibly passionate artist. And we know that sometimes he does go method. He goes dark, right? Like he really loses himself in these roles when he's in them. But then he can come out and poke fun at himself and poke fun at this sort of like meta actor kind of vibe. And that's what he's doing here. He's really poking fun at himself and actors like him.
Yes.
That take this shit so seriously, that cannot, like pull themselves out of it enough to see how ridiculous it can be.
It's absurd.
Absurdity is exactly the right word.
And he's in on it, which I love.
He's in on it. And then I started thinking about that might be the thread that connects Timmy and Kylie, because I feel like, and we talked about it last week, I think that, the Kardashian Jenner crew are, the thing that makes them tolerable is that they don't take themselves so seriously either. They're always in on the jokes about themselves, and they capitalize on it. They market with the joke.
You're right.
And that's what Timmy's doing here. He's marketing the movie with the joke about him being method.
Which is amazing.
And I love that.
So it really is meta.
Yeah. So maybe that's how they.
Maybe that's
their thread.
Because for a lot of reasons, I can't figure out that relationship.
Right.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's also such a clever way to promote a movie. I mean, there's been a million stunts tried and some land and some don't.
Yeah.
We've never seen this before.
Right.
And, it's hard to cut through the noise of what the options are.
Totally.
For your viewing pleasure, and especially, over the holidays. Like, it's hard to get out there 100%. And get people interested, as we've seen. Like, look at some of the box office numbers
and
from
I
some
now
big movies.
Know so much more about this movie
than
I did 18 minutes before I watched that clip.
Also, Instagram gave us a cutie little sleepover with Britney Spears, Khloé Kardashian, and Kim Kardashian.
Right.
I didn't expect that. Didn't know there was really a friendship there. Did you?
I did not. I know that they know each other. We've seen Britney and Kim together over the years. I forgot that Khloé was the original X Factor host when Britney was a judge. So they had a crossover there.
That.
I know. So they had some crossover there, but this I did not have on my bingo card.
No.
A sleepover at like Shea Kardashian,
where they were in bed together.
Yep.
And there was like little kiss on the cheek with your girlfriends. And then it looks like she was teaching some of the kids some choreo, which was very sweet. I thought it was actually really nice for Britney because I don't know that she's got those good girlfriends.
No.
And I know she's got, a relationship with Paris Hilton and I think a relationship with Selena Gomez, but she's never really had that, like, her people,
Yeah.
And I'm not the largest Kardashian fan. I've said that before. But listen, these women are level-headed. They are business focused.
Yes.
They are image focused. They know the machine. They know their brand.
Yeah.
They know how to keep it going. They know how to evolve with the times. And it might be good for her to have that influence of these women.
100%.
And they've also been through, divorce and co-parenting and
in
raising children and in the spotlight. And they've navigated it, I would say, maybe a little bit better than Britney has.
Well, I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah. I'm trying to be gentle because I feel so hard for Britney.
Well, no, I mean, Britney's not in a good way. And it's been a really, really dark time, specifically since the K-Fed book came out. She has had a rough few weeks, right? We saw her acting erratically when she was out one night in LA.
Yeah.
And then she fully deleted her Instagram account for a couple weeks, which is never a good sign. And now she's back. And so when I saw it, I felt like this is charitable. Like, I felt like this was them reaching out and doing a good thing for someone.
That's so kind.
And I do think that's kind. Now,
okay,
there are some weird things going on.
Okay.
And it all started last week at Chris's birthday party when we saw a photo of an attendee with a connection to Britney, Lou Taylor.
Okay.
Who was the architect of her conservatorship.
Yep.
So Lou Taylor is very close friends with Kris Jenner.
Oh.
And she actually manages some of the Kardashian business. So there's some sort of like, people are wondering what those two things, because we just saw Lou Taylor last week with them.
Yep.
And now Britney's there. That feels very coincidental.
A little bit.
And it could be a coincidence. Totally. But if we know anything about these types of people, is like everything is pretty calculated.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying something nefarious is happening. I don't know. I don't want to make those accusations, but it is strange.
It is.
It's a strange connection and a strange coincidence to have happen back to back. I don't know.
No, it's good that you brought that up. And now
we'll
there's
just
a
keep
chance.
We got our eyes on Lou.
Always paying attention. I will say, and this is not intended to be shady whatsoever, but I would have loved if within the sleepover there was a little bit of a makeover moment. Hey,
here's my extensions guy.
No, really though. And I'm not saying that to be mean in any way, shape, or form. Britney, like those girls know glam and they know skincare and hair care and beauty and regimes.
Right.
Get in those medicine cabinets, try those products, take something home, get a contact.
Yeah.
It might be good for her there too. She may listen to them. So that could be helpful too, because Britney hasn't looked well for a long time.
No. You're right. That is a great point. Yeah. That would be a real solid.
It sure would be.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Today's show, the big three. We're going to catch up with Taylor Swift and what she's been up to lately. Some wedding chat, Travis chat, and then, of course, the end of an era, the docuseries.
Yeah.
Which
Countdown is on.
It sure is.
I'm getting so excited for that.
I am too.
Yeah.
The more they give us, the more I'm just like salivating.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Rebecca Gayheart and Eric Dane. She has spoken out for the first time about the reality of his ALS diagnosis and what that looks like for their relationship as parents to their children.
Yeah. And,
you know, what it's been like for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have such a interesting past, and their marriage was, you know, a fodder for the tabloids for a long time. And I have a personal connection to the story, and so I think it'll be an interesting, maybe emotional chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then BravoCon gave us a lot of con.
Took over the world over the weekend.
Did.
Yeah.
The reconciliations, the fights, the surprises, the new franchises. There's so much there from
all
BravoCon.
Of that.
And then finally, we have to talk about Hilary Duff.
I know. She's so back. We've kind of like been peppering in little things about her over the weeks, but now we're like, no, this deserves a whole deep dive, and I've got some dirt.
Do you?
Yes. I'm so excited.
I love when you come like that. Yes. Okay. I am so pumped. All right. Let's kick things off with Taylor.
Yeah.
So we do have now a look at the full trailer for The End of an Era, coming out December 12th on Disney+. And in it, we see a lot of like moments.
Everything.
Yeah.
I feel like they were like, okay, what are the buckets of different people and what do they want to see? It's
yes.
Like the people who like are obsessed with the details of the tour and like want to see the, you know, the making of.
Yes.
And then there's the people who are obsessed with the collaborations. Okay, let's give them Ed Sheeran. Let's give them Sabrina Carpenter, and let's see the behind the scenes of those things. Then it's like the people who are obsessed with the romance, the Travis and Taylor of it all. Let's give them little details about that. Let's show her in the Chiefs jersey. Let's, you know,
have them on the phone together.
On the phone. Yeah. And so I feel like they checked a lot of boxes in like a minute and a half.
They did.
Yeah.
And ultimately, as it always is with Taylor, it's for the fans. Like that's what she said when she was talking about this tour and when this tour came to her mind and what the execution plan was to overserve the fans.
Yes.
And I love that because that's been her motto and kind of her North Star since she became an artist.
Yeah.
It's like the fans, the fans, the fans, the fans. And she's never veered away. And all she wants to do is give and give them more and have them be a part of things together in that really collective way. And I love that. I love that so much.
Same.
Yeah. She's been out on the town, our girl.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's had some dinner dates.
Yeah.
With some pals, which is really nice to see. Because she had the big, obviously, promo tour for the album. And now has got a little bit of time to just, take her time and enjoy. So we saw her out for dinner with Gigi Hadid. And we saw her out for dinner with Sabrina Carpenter.
Right.
And we saw
those pictures were so funny.
Okay. They were hilarious. So Taylor Swift is 5'10".
Yeah.
Sabrina Carpenter is 5 foot even.
Right.
Okay. So there's already a 10-inch difference.
Yeah.
But then Taylor wore the biggest heels known to man.
So she was probably like 6'1".
Yeah.
And Sabrina was in like almost like a kitten, like flats.
It was ridiculous.
The memes that came from those pictures
would
like really soothed my soul. There's some speculation that potentially these rendezvous were like moments where she was asking them to be her bridesmaid.
Right.
Which would track.
I would say Gigi Hadid, inner circle. I don't know that Sabrina Carpenter's quite inner circle. Yes, they've had a history because obviously Taylor was an inspiration for Sabrina.
Yeah,
but
and a mentor.
Yeah. But they really only started kind of popping up together in the last less than 5 years.
Right.
So is that bridesmaid worthy? I don't know. I also know that friendships with long history don't necessarily equate to a bridesmaid.
100%.
I think friendships can get deeper quicker as we get older, especially as women. You connect and you're like, yes, you're my person, you're in.
I think we both have
100%
newer friends that would probably stand up there with us if we had to choose right now today.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like I certainly do. Like you and I go back so far.
Yes.
But we both have newer girlfriends. I just threw an engagement party for a friend that I made like basically since the pandemic.
Right.
So that's really new.
That's an inner circle.
And I think I would probably be on her list.
Yep.
And she might be on mine. So I could see it happening. And I do think, trauma kind of bonds people. And Taylor's had a bit of a rough couple years with the Blake Lively stuff and with all of that. And I could see them having bonded more during that time.
Yeah, I could see that too. Selena would obviously be on that list of bridesmaids.
Yeah.
But it'd be really hard to choose.
Yeah.
They're either going to have one person stand up or they're going to have a bridal party of 15 plus on each side.
I know.
Because
have no one, which is what I did.
Right. I had my brother.
Right.
One person.
Yeah, exactly. You and I were both like, no, I'm not going to be a part of this mess.
And my brother chose me. He was my man of honor.
Cute.
Yeah. And I was his best person.
I love that.
And that was it because you can't draft.
No.
It's too hard.
It's too hard.
Especially in a world like this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I love the speculation and
I do too.
I think people are just really waiting with bated breath to find out more about the wedding.
Yeah.
I did hear a really ridiculous rumor that I want to share with you.
Tell me.
Gossip rags are reporting that she's been rumored to have been offered $70 million for the broadcasting rights of her wedding. Now to that I say
that's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Also not enough money.
No.
Like she got paid over $100 million for the docuseries. You think she would give up the rights to her wedding for $70 million?
For
no.
a measly 70?
I say you'd probably have to pay her like $500 million for that. And there's just no way she would do it. So it's just like an absurd rumor, but also just the $70 million of it all makes it even less believable.
Yes.
But other speculations are that it's going to be in a remote location that guests aren't going to know about until they arrive at the jet. Similar to like what Selena did, I guess, which is to really not share a lot of details until basically the day before.
Go time.
So there's little bits and pieces coming out.
Yeah. I mean, next summer I think is a guarantee.
Right.
And it would make sense to start planning out your wedding party and things like that now.
Yeah.
You got to start getting the ball rolling on,
Yeah.
if you want to have an engagement party and bachelorette and all those kinds of things. So, but they are still deep in a football season. So she has not yet been seen at a Chiefs home game. So if she's going, it is a very covert operation.
Yeah.
And she has definitely not been to any away games.
Right.
And that's intentional.
But she didn't do that last year either.
No, I don't think she did. But there's just too many risks involved. Like she knows.
Safety-wise.
Yeah. Arrowhead Stadium where the Chiefs play and they know her and they could get her in and out. It's controlled. I think there's so many risks with the away games. I will say though, the Chiefs are not doing very well. And there is a chance they won't even make the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem from the beginning.
Yeah.
We knew this was going to happen.
I mean.
Or we knew there was a risk that it could happen in such a high vis situation.
Yeah. And we know that athletes and Travis especially take losses really, really hard. So she's right now in the role of like support partner.
Yeah.
Because they just had a big loss over the weekend again.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I think from what I've read, she's just really trying to like decrease the amount of heat on the games. But also, and we've spoken about this, I just think that she's really good at managing her own like how out there she is and how much attention is on her because she knows that people can get Taylor fatigued.
Yep.
And she needs to give a break to ramp up to the docuseries. So I think she's peppering in these little dinners. She obviously knows she's going to be seen. She knows she's going to be papped outside of these restaurants with these girls. But beyond that, I just feel like she's like, I gotta lay low.
Yeah, and I think laying low at the game too, because there was so much made about her attendance.
Yeah.
And in a season where they're not doing that well.
Totally.
I think it's a smart play.
It's a smart play.
Don't have any distractions in it. Not that she's a distraction, but people consider her that to be, or her to be that. So probably best to just lay low.
Have you seen that she's potentially filming a music video this week?
Oh.
Yes. Rumor has it she's filming the Elizabeth Taylor music video.
That's going to be the next single?
Apparently.
Okay. I thought it would have been Opalite.
Yeah.
Huh. I love Elizabeth Taylor though.
Yeah. Maybe she's trying to go like upbeat and then a little moody and then go back to upbeat. Because Opalite and Ophelia are kind of similar in the vibe.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like go a little dark, moody, and then go back. So yeah, rumor has it she's in the UK this week. The quote from the source says, Taylor is super excited to be back in London filming for her new music video. Elizabeth Taylor is a British icon and Taylor wants to pay homage by shooting scenes in the capital.
Oh, nice. I love a Taylor Swift music video. Like,
same.
They're so
like, give it to
good.
me. Give it to me. We are dying to see this.
They're so good.
You know, her album is still at #1.
Is it?
Yes.
I'm still listening.
6 weeks in a row.
Good
6
for her.
consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard 200.
Good for her.
So, damn, girl.
No kidding.
Did you see the cutie cute picture of Selena and Taylor that Benny posted?
I did, from their
Selena's
wedding.
wedding day. Oh, so cute.
It was such a beautiful moment of sisterhood.
Yeah.
So it's Taylor holding Selena's hand,
Yes.
kind of just like
Admiring
taking her
her.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like just looking at her friend
Yeah.
on this massive day and feeling all of those beautiful things. And we got a better
Yes.
look at what Taylor wore to the wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Her gown
Totally.
and her hair and everything.
Hated
else.
it.
Can't say I loved it. Hated it.
Like, hated it. Hated the hair. Hated the glam.
Oh my God.
Love her so much. Absolutely cannot stand her fashion choices
Oh my God.
across the board, but I love her so much.
I was going to be like, not my best, not my favorite. Hated it. I would have preferred worst. Awful.
Awful. No.
Cal.
Bad.
All right.
Okay.
There's no easy turn here.
No.
But we are going to talk about Rebecca Gayheart and Eric Dane. And as I mentioned off the top of the show, she spoke out now for the first time about their relationship and the dynamic that has come from Eric's ALS diagnosis.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if people know that like they were split for 8 years.
Yeah.
Like she had filed for divorce, I think in 2018 after being married for 14 years. And then I guess the divorce was never processed. And then but they had split. And then when the diagnosis came around, she called off the divorce, which is such an incredible gesture.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like the Kelly Clarkson, Brandon Blackstock moment.
Yep. That's a really good comparison.
But yeah, because they had been apart and I think had a pretty tumultuous marriage. Definitely lots of scandals and things. And I think maybe some stepping out and things like that. Some just unsavory things. And then with this awful diagnosis, the worst diagnosis you could possibly get is ALS. Like there's just no way. There's no way out of this. There's no cure. There's no way
hope.
to pacify this. No. So in light of that diagnosis, she called off the divorce and has been sort of supporting Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And really focused on, which is exactly to your point about Kelly Clarkson, focused on the kids and helping their daughters. They have 2 teenage daughters.
Right.
And supporting them through it. Making sure, she said, that she really offers them as much time with their dad as possible. And that reminding everybody, you know, no matter what, he's our family. This is your dad, and we're going to help him through this, and we're going to support him through this, and we're going to make sure you spend as much time with him as you want to do.
Yeah.
Because it does just progressively get worse from here.
Yeah.
And that's really her focus. She did have a relationship, I guess, for a couple of years. And has put that on pause because her kids just need her so much right now.
Wow.
So really an act of utter selflessness here to be able to help him and help them. And, you know, really put herself on the back burner.
Yeah.
For all the reasons that are necessary with his diagnosis.
Yeah.
And it is remarkable.
Yeah.
For her to be able to do that, especially, for an ex.
Yeah.
She did say though, when his diagnosis was revealed in April, or he came out with it, that they are the best of friends and they have a deep love and respect and admiration for one another. So to have gone through all of that and to come out in this place of love and respect and support is truly amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. And she said their marriage wasn't a failure. Their marriage was a great success. It just didn't work out all the way to the end, but like everything that came of it was a great success because there is still love and respect there.
That's a generous thing for her to say.
I think so.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. Oof. I think, well, let me say this first. I remember when we were working at the entertainment show and their sex tape scandal came out.
Yeah.
And a lot was revealed about their substance abuse issues collectively. Like, I think there was a lot of drug use in that marriage early on. And he ended up going to rehab in 2011, and she admits to some substance abuse issues. Before they were married, she was involved in a tragic accident where she actually struck and killed a 9-year-old in her vehicle, and pleaded guilty to vehicular manslaughter. That is, if there's any traumatizing event in a woman's life, it would be that. I think that was a really, like, just an unimaginable tragedy to have been a part of. And I think that she admits to, basically coping in all the wrong ways. And they got married shortly after that, just a couple years later. So I think like I said, I think there was a lot of kind of like dark and scary stuff that went on in their marriage. And I'm so glad to hear her reflect on it with positive reflections and feelings on it. And it does seem like they have come to a good place. I do think it was a hot mess.
I think it was
a hot mess, that marriage.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, they definitely grew up together. They definitely went through some horrible, traumatic things together. They had also beautiful children together. And I think, for a lot of people, whatever happened is not as important as like the beautiful lives you brought into this world together.
Yeah. And
the love that you share for them and then for each other, because, without the other person, that would not have been possible.
Right.
So that's beautiful. And it is beautiful to see her supporting him and supporting the kids. My grandfather died of ALS, and I was there, with him through that. So
what this looks like.
So I really know what the experience is to watch someone deteriorate with this disease. It is a horrific and scary thing to see, especially as a child. I was, I think, 12 when my grandfather passed, and it was scary. I didn't have really an understanding of exactly what was happening. I remember even like when I would be alone with him, I was scared and worried because physically he wasn't able to care for himself. And so that was a lot of responsibility for a child.
Of course.
And so I think about these kids at 13 and 15, and maybe the 15-year-olds, maybe they're able to really start to process or understand what's happening. But it's a terrifying thing to be a part of, and it's incredibly sad.
It is.
And I just really feel for this family, and I'm happy that he has people supporting him, because knowing what I know about this disease, he's, these are his final months. Like, he will not survive the year, I don't think.
No, I think it happens pretty quickly.
It's very quick. And if there's any sort of like grace with this disease, is that it's very fast.
It's that.
Yeah.
It is. It's horribly sad. And it was such a reminder for me too of, man, life is such an interesting roller coaster, because in the 90s or early 2000s, these two were on top of the world.
Yeah,
like
McSteamy, are you kidding?
McSteamy, Grey's Anatomy, like this was like super hot couple, problematic and troubled, I think.
Yes.
But, you can go from being on top of the world
to
life really handing you some horrendous circumstances.
Yeah,
and I think, oftentimes there's this idea that, oh, it must be, Hollywood must be the best, and like you're
so good being you.
Yeah, but listen, fame and fortune, we're all human, and these things don't discriminate.
They do not. They do not.
Yeah, it's
really, really sad.
It really is. It really is. I had a flashback when I was watching Rebecca Gayheart in this interview.
Yeah.
I was such a big 90210
Oh my
fan.
God.
Like, I mean, like
the biggest.
Appointment TV had the dolls. Like,
Antonia?
Please. So like that scene where
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Like, do you remember
the fire and carrying her out?
Yes, and then
Dylan McKay. Oh my God!
Then Brandon rolls up. So the scene is his wife Tony, Rebecca Gayheart, Dylan's wife Tony, is driving his car and is assassinated
by her own father.
Okay, because the dad thought that Dylan was driving the car.
Right,
but there's some kind of like. Brandon gets word of something and they go chasing after Tony.
Right.
So Brandon's on the scene when this happens. So Dylan opens the door. Tony's dead body falls out
into his arms,
and he yells, "Brandon, look what they did to her!" And I was just like, I could picture that.
Yes,
like in my mind, like I just watched it,
like core mem.
Yes.
Oh my God, no, that was traumatizing.
But,
and you know, Dylan McKay was the first love of my life.
Same.
Maybe the only. About you. Oh God, yes.
Same.
Yes.
Same.
When I was in grade 3, my mom went to parent-teacher interviews. And my teacher said to her, "She's doing great. She's a great kid. Da 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 da. Yeah. I'm only worried that she's a little bit boy crazy because all she talks about is Brandon and Dylan."
In grade 3.
In grade 3. Like,
that is hilarious.
I was watching 90210 in grade 3 and then coming in and telling my teacher how much I love Dylan and Brandon.
Oh my God.
So that was me as a child in a nutshell.
Well, which is hilarious because now I have a point of reference because I have a grade 4 kid who's not doing any of that. So you absolutely were boy crazy.
Yes. No, I was early to the party.
Oh.
Yes.
Should we move on to BravoCon?
Yeah.
Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know what BravoCon is, it is a convention that brings together all of these Bravo stars from all of these shows and fans. And there's panels, there's interviews, there's announcements, there's awards.
Yeah.
So it is just 3 days of like a fully immersed experience into the Bravo world.
My dream world.
It is.
Where all of my favorite people and all of my favorite shows and all of my appointment TV come together.
Yes.
And it did not disappoint in the gossip.
What are some of your fave highlights from BravoCon?
Okay, there's so many, but if I had to distill, I think the biggest thing that people are talking about kind of broke the internet over the weekend is that the Real Housewives of New Jersey stars, Teresa Giudice and her brother Joe Gorga and his wife Melissa made up. They made amends.
Big.
There was a big reunion.
Yeah.
Now, these two have been feuding, I mean, off and on forever. But truly in the last like 2-3 years, the feud between Teresa and her co-star, who's also her sister-in-law, Melissa Gorga, has gotten so bad that they basically had to pause filming the show because these people could not be in the same room.
Yeah.
So it was actually like really ruining a lot of people's favorite show because it was so dark and disturbing, this feud between them. Like, you know, watching two siblings like really, really hate each other.
Right.
Like in a vicious way. So I think the world was sort of like collectively at the same time holding their breath, but also rejoicing that they're back on.
Yeah.
Now, are they back on because they want to reboot the show and get it back up and running because they all need to get paid?
Great question.
Maybe.
Yep.
Will I still take it? Yes.
Absolutely. Because here's what I will say. I come from the culture.
Yes.
I know Italians.
Yes. You know the grudge hold.
Italians?
Tell us.
I can say this because I have lived experience.
Yeah.
They don't forgive.
No.
You don't move on.
No.
You don't forget.
Nope.
You don't bury a hatchet. In fact, what you do is you keep a ledger. It's true.
Yeah.
You keep score.
Right.
And you put things in the drawer for later is what my nonna always said.
Saving
just
those
like
receipts.
a little like, I got to tuck that away. They'd rather die than admit fault.
Right.
Like they would rather go to the grave
right.
with a grudge than say, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I owe you an apology.
Right.
They're immune. They can't do this.
Crazy.
So grudges are deadly serious. Grudges are for life. They are a tattoo and you wear it. So
this is a big deal.
That's what I'm saying. This is massive because their programming and their wiring
tells them not to do
not
this.
to forgive and move on.
Right.
It's to you dig in and you die with this.
I don't think anyone actually knows what they're even fighting about.
I tried to find out.
I don't even think they know what they're fighting about.
They're just fighting.
They're just angry.
They're just angry. Also,
So,
part of the
but
culture.
this is, but this is, anyway, very good news for Bravo fans.
Yes.
And just like nice to see because it did get like too dark to enjoy.
Yeah.
And everybody agreed. And that's why they had to pause it, which is,
not fun.
That's unpleasant.
It is.
A new franchise was we knew it was maybe coming, but the trailer was revealed and the cast was revealed. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island are coming in 2026.
Okay.
The trailer looks amazing. It's a younger cast. They're all very beautiful, very rich, very petty, amazing.
That's the trifecta.
This is the perfect Venn diagram.
Check.
Interesting that someone from the Bachelor franchise is now a housewife.
Okay.
Ashley Ionetti, who people might remember from probably like 10 years ago. She was not just a contestant, but she was also on many seasons of Bachelor in Paradise and ended up marrying Jared, who was one of her Bachelor co-stars. And she is now a housewife, which is that leap.
That's a crossover.
But the leap like in fame that's actually very substantial. It's like Nick Viall, Caitlin Bristow, and now Ashley Ionetti, who have actually created careers for themselves. Very impressive. And I can't wait to see it. She is known for crying a lot on the Bachelor franchise. And in the trailer, they just keep talking about her crying.
Okay.
They're like, she's crying again. Oh, there she goes. She's crying. So, true to form.
Okay. Yeah. What did you think of Lindsay Hubbard at BravoCon?
I mean, she looks amazing.
She looks amazing. Was this girl micro or macro dosing though? Like she was out of control, giggling at everything, like falling over at the waist, doubling over with laughter on red carpets, in interviews.
Yeah. She was extremely kind of flirtatious. I felt like there was maybe like a vibe with Carl, who's her ex. Did you see it?
I saw it.
You clocked it.
100%. I watched this and
he was.
Listen, we've seen the seasons. We've seen the tension, the animosity, the distance, the hurt, and all of that. None of that was present.
And we met him.
Yes.
Interviewed him for 2 hours. Yeah. Where it was very clear that we are not to talk about Lindsay.
That's right.
There didn't seem to be any softness there. And then seeing them on the stages together and in press together, I was like, oh.
There is still a little ember.
There's something.
There's a little something still there.
He was he was happy to be there.
He was happy to be there. And she was really happy to be there.
Mm-hmm. If that is a thing that happens,
oh my God.
That is something that I would never have predicted. Like,
never.
Not in a bajillion. Like, you could not have convinced me a year ago that they would even be like laughing together, let alone like flirting and kind of like there were some sexual innuendos going on the stage. Mm-hmm. It was intense. Carl also apparently, he's single and mingling. He went on a date with Vanita from Southern Charm. I don't see that as much, but happy for them. West is also our buddy.
Yeah.
Huge flirt, no surprise, at BravoCon. He got Brittany Bateman's number from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, which would not be my choice, but okay. He also admitted that he has a crush on Ariana Bierman from Next Gen NYC, who's Kim Zolciak's daughter.
Okay.
So I think we can maybe anticipate possibly a hookup there.
All right.
Because someone said, like, who do you have a crush on? He said her.
Would she go out to the summer house?
Maybe. Schwartz and Lala from Vanderpump Rules have officially been announced to be on the new season of The Valley.
Yes.
They really needed, after Jax was let go, they needed to bring on some of the legacy people from VPR. And never sad to see a Schwartz, never sad to see a Lala, and never sad to have them in the mix. Schwartz has a new girlfriend, a young model, and he described her as the love of his life.
Oh.
Which is just relatively shady considering he was married to Katie on Vanderpump Rules.
Right.
So it's like kind of...
That's kind of rude.
It's kind of rude.
It is. Does the rest of the Valley cast remain? Just Jax is the only one out?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can look forward to that.
Janet.
You know, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess you need it.
Janet stirs the pot.
Yeah, you need the Janets.
The Valley last season, similar to New Jersey, it was a little dark, right?
It was
like
dark.
There was some, it was dark in a way that's not fun to watch. Like there's some, there's the juicy darkness where it's kind of like shady dark.
Yes.
Shady darkness is good. This type of like troubled, traumatic, bad stuff, like that's kind of what was happening on the Valley. So I think Schwartz and Lala always add, some levity, some comedy, some, star power. And I think that I'm looking forward to the next season being a little bit later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your BravoCon recap?
I think so.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That was really fun to follow along with. All right. Yeah. We now have to talk about Miss Hilary Duff.
Yes.
She back.
She's so back.
She's
maybe back and bigger than ever.
Kind of. I mean, if you're paying attention to what's going online, people have gone they're salivating at this.
Like specifically in Toronto.
Yes.
Or at least maybe that's just what we're exposed to. But she did announce, obviously she came out with her mature single and then announced a tour.
Yeah.
Tickets went on sale. She's doing a small venue tour. Tickets went on sale and the queue was like 100,000 people.
For this tiny venue.
To see Hilary Duff.
That's right. People are devastated. And crushed and broken.
Yeah.
Over this.
Crushed and broken.
They are because they couldn't get tickets because, as you said, the venue doesn't hold that many people, right, and the queues were long and you're out of luck.
Yeah. And then the resale value is like 200,000. Like maybe that was a joke, but I saw $200,000.
I did. Okay. But then I was looking at that because what I do know now from looking in the comment section of people's devastation and heartbreak and pleading and begging and, oh my God, open up more tickets or set more dates, which she has alluded to.
And the judgment of like, if you were born after 1990, like you have no business being here.
Get
basically.
out.
Yeah. Like get out of the queue.
Right. It's not for you.
This is for us. This is for millennials.
Healing us. But what has been activated with those tickets is Ticketmaster's face value exchange. So that means anyone looking to resell their ticket will only be allowed to do so on Ticketmaster and only at the exact price that was paid. So the listing price will automatically default to the original price set by the artist. So she enacted that. So there couldn't be, but I saw that $23,000 ticket that you're talking about. And that's where someone was like, that can't be real because if you are going to resell, you're going to sell at face value to avoid those inflated costs.
Well, good for her for doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
What's wild about this, though, is, I mean, this is a 10-year music hiatus. Yes, of course, there's a lot of passionate fans. We don't have an album yet.
No.
We have one song.
Yeah.
And we don't even have a plan for an album. I'm sure there is one, but no album has been announced. It's just one song. This is happening in January. It's obviously, she's going to introduce some new music, but also play some of the hits. And I think this is just her way of kind of testing the waters. Yeah. The tour is called, what is it called? Like
small
venues, big nerves,
something like
small
that.
Rooms, big nerves, small rooms tour,
something like that. I in my research, because I haven't really like been on the up and up with the Duff Star.
Me either.
But it really does seem like she has an incredible. Like she has a lot of imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Like she did not, I truly believe that she did not think she could sell out an arena. I think you're totally right, blown away by the fact that people give a shit that she's back.
Yep.
And she talks a lot. There was a Vogue interview recently where she just talks a lot about, she said, it's been an emotional past few weeks. I operate from a place of, does anybody still care about me? Does anybody even remember that I used to make music? She said, that's the barefoot Texas girl in me that still feels I have to fake it till I make it. So I really believe that she's shocked by this response from the fans. And honestly, so am I.
Yeah. I couldn't believe when I saw people freaking out about not getting Hilary Duff tickets.
Yeah.
And like setting themselves up with multiple screens and trying to get into the queue.
Like the Blue Jays.
It was World Series level.
Yeah.
I did see the video that she posted where she was like genuinely and earnestly blown away and surprised.
Yeah.
So she has kind of alluded to the fact that there could be other dates added. You might as well.
Yeah.
Really, people want to see you. Get out there. If you're going to do it, do it.
I cannot believe that this woman has 4 kids.
Yeah, she's got 4 kids.
That's a crazy amount of kids.
It's a lot of
kids. That's like a
kids.
whole baseball team.
That is a tremendous amount of children.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they span from 1 to 13 or something like this?
Yes.
That's wild.
Like one of them is, it's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a lot of kids.
She's got a lot of kids.
And she's really, tucked into family life and mom life for a number of years. And maybe this is her little treat to herself.
Love that for her.
I'm going back out there and I'm going to do my thing.
She's actually so likable.
She really is. What's this dirt you have?
Okay, well, obviously you've heard the song, Mature.
Of course.
We were speculating, like, what is this song going to be about? And I guess we assumed it would just be about this obvious sort of thing about, how she grew up in front of our eyes and now she's mature.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's about. It's about reflecting on a relationship from her past when she was younger. And recognizing that she was in a relationship with someone with a massive age gap who really liked younger women and kept telling her that you're mature for your age.
Do we know who this is?
So, then I went on a rabbit hole being like, who is it? Okay.
I love when you do this.
Everybody
I love it.
was saying it was Joel Madden. Okay, because they got together. Joel Madden was in a long-term relationship from when she was 16 and he was like in his mid-20s. Okay. Which, yeah, that's gross. That's pretty gross. But is it so gross that you would write a whole song about it? I don't know. Then I realized, no, she and her husband, Matt, are extremely close friends with Joel and Nicole Richie.
Okay.
Okay.
So no weirdness there.
So there's no weirdness there. In fact, even as people in the press were pointing fingers at Joel and Nicole Richie posted about the song being like, this is a bop. They're both in support.
Okay.
They're hanging out all the time. They're neighbors. Okay. There is no bad blood here. It would be extremely weird for them to have that close of a relationship and then for her to write this song about him. Okay.
So that's put to rest. Thank you, Kelly. So who is it then?
Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Stop.
Yep.
Did they date?
Well, we don't know, but it seems as though she is talking about Leo DiCaprio.
I could totally see him saying that.
Because the song is about, as I said, reflecting on someone who likes to date younger women.
Yeah.
Who's significantly older.
And says, you're so mature for your age.
So mature for your age. And like has a very specific type of like young blondes.
Yep.
And we know this is like the tale as old as time that Leo like has, as he ages, his type stays the same age.
Yes.
And then there are other lyrics in the song that basically point right to him. There's one lyric that says something about like,
my heart will go on. Titanic.
It's very Leo of you in your Scorpio. So he's a Scorpio and obviously the Leo. So like, you might miss it because it's a Leo Scorpio. Sounds like it's both astrology, but it's like talking to Leo and he's a Scorpio.
Oh,
then there's a racy line about going down on someone with a vintage rug.
Yep.
And the Basquiat, the artist Basquiat, who Leo is famously a huge fan of. Basquiat.
Okay, there's a lot of evidence here.
And then there's also clues about, this is about someone who lived in Malibu. And we know none of her exes ever lived in Malibu. And Leo has lived in Malibu since 2002.
That's 3 pieces of evidence.
And she has been extremely cautious in her interviews about this, to not say who it's about, to not really, like she's just being extremely careful. More careful than you'd be if it was really just about like Mike Comrie.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Course. My question is, why now? That would have been so long ago. Mm-hmm. You have had 2 marriages since, 4 children. Yeah. Your life has evolved and changed and you've grown, and like that would feel like a version of you don't even know anymore. Why bring it up and sing about it and talk about it? Unless it's still like really bothering her?
I don't know if it has to bother you, but I think like, do you ever take a minute and reflect on like some kind of a relationship from your from your childhood, almost like something from your younger years, like before you had a frontal lobe.
Yes.
Where you're like, oof, that was kind of weird. That was kind of crazy.
And then I'm like, no, don't go there.
Don't go there. No,
close that door, girl.
Yeah, we need to shut that window real quick.
No.
So I think she was having kind of like one of those moments. She says, mature is a conversation with my younger self about being happy with where I landed now. Part of it was an idea that came from her husband, in thinking about the idea of not recognizing younger versions of yourself when you're now deep in your 30s. I was looking back on this relationship and thinking about whether this guy had a habit of dating younger women or whether I was quote unquote special. So I don't know. I think, they were probably talking about, what do you want to write about? And she was like, there is this thing I've been thinking about this like relationship I was in. And then he's like, that's great. So I don't know if she's hanging on to it and mad about it. I think it's just like inspiration. And I don't know if it gets people talking.
Well, this
and
is what
excited.
I mean. And it's juicy.
It's
juicy.
I mean, I did not expect that when that hit me yesterday. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, go Hilary.
Those are the kind of songs that get people talking. And that's exactly what we're doing.
And remember, he dated also like Blake Lively. And like he was into those like kind of young starlet-y blondes.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
And there's enough breadcrumbs there.
Yeah.
Where it's not obvious.
Yeah.
And it's not a slam dunk.
Yeah.
But it's subtle enough.
Yeah.
To point where it needs to go. It's actually it's art the way
Totally.
that's been crafted. That is something to behold.
There's some real treasures in there.
There really are. Well,
It's
thank you
like
for
a bit
that.
of an Easter egg vibe.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are talking. Okay.
Yes.
Well, if you got the tickets, congratulations. If you didn't, our condolences.
Yes. But you will be able to see some of the process because she is also releasing a docuseries.
Oh, she is?
Yes.
I didn't know this.
She is. Part of her return to music is this docuseries, which will chronicle her return to music as she balances family life and prepares for her first live performances in over a decade.
There you go. You got to sell to the streamers. That's the move.
And she says she's really excited to show herself as a mother. Like she's really passionate about being a mom, going back to work and showing the inner workings of what that looks like, what the realities are for a woman with a baby and a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And she says she's just like doesn't give a shit anymore and she's just ready to put it all out there.
Welcome.
Yes.
It's a great place to be.
Really.
It really
Join
is.
us.
We're so glad you're here.
Join us, Hilary.
And we're so glad you guys are here.
Yeah.
Thank you for episode 50.
Before we go.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Here she comes.
Alrighty.
Yay.
We have to take this moment.
We do.
And celebrate us.
Yes, we do.
And celebrate our amazing community and family that we've built over the last 50 episodes.
Wild.
So we have a little birthday cake, chocolate, Danielle's favorite.
Love.
And some candles. So let's take a minute and make a wish. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
In 3.
In 3, 2, 1. Cheers, babes.
Cheers. I love you.
Happy 50th anniversary to
50,000 more.
50,000 more. Cheers to everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for all of your love and support over the last 50 episodes. And let's keep killing it.
Have a great week.
Bye.